Hi all, so this is about the final paper that we are going to talk about, so please listen to this carefully and what I expect you to do. Let's talk about this one, okay? So the descriptive paper, you need to go over here and you will see what I have over here is the descriptive paper overview. First I'm going to talk about the overview, then I'm going to talk about the assignment of how to upload the paper. So the overview to begin with is this one. There should be, so this is of course the descriptive paper for spring 2018 for you guys. The first is about the structure of the paper. The structure of the paper is it should have 3 sections. The first one is the title page. The title page should have the title of the paper. I'll give you the topics. So you have to select one topic from 3 topics actually, which means you have to you then know the title of the paper. So there should be the title of the paper, include your name and a summary of 100 words or a little more than that. So what do we mean by 100 words? That's least, at least it should be 100 words. That's the abstract of the paper. Basically what you did in the paper, you need to summarize it. 100 words is hardly 6 to 7 sentences. As an abstract you can go up to 200 words but not more than that. In a similar fashion, don't write an abstract less than 100 words, because then you are reflecting, you are telling me that hey, I haven't done much, so I cannot give you a 100-word abstract, and that's not really a nice reflection about what you did. So it should be between 100 to 200 words. I said 100 words because that's the minimum. The main text should be 4 pages minimum. You should have the formatting and style guidelines, the ones that I have very strictly, I will enforce those, okay? So it should be 1.5 line spacing. It should have Times New Roman font, and that should be 12, and then it should have 1-inch side top and bottom margin. The in-text citations should follow the APA format, and reference is not within part of the main text, that is 4 pages. It should be counted separately. Each and every in-text citation, that you are doing in your main text should be there in your reference, so that I can go back and I can check the reference, which again should follow the APA format. The in-text citations and the reference both should follow the APA formats, and I should be able to go back, and in the reference section I should be able to see that paper that you have mentioned in your paper, okay? So that then I can go back, I can Google, I can see that paper. So that's the technicalities of writing this paper. There are 3 topics I'll give you. You have to select one topic, one of 3. What are the 3 topics? The 3 topics are: write a historical report of the US monetary system, discuss how it evolved into the current system, analyze the future of the US monetary system, mention the advantages and also the disadvantages of the system in your opinion. You can be highly opinionated. You can start from the colonial US monetary system, you can end right now at the contemporary US monetary system, and you can give me your opinion. I'd love to see, I'd love to hear, I'd love to read your opinion. So voice your opinion. It can be subjective, I don't mind at all. In fact, I'd love to read what you think about the US monetary system. So it should be original, and you should be the one who is writing that one. If you don't want to choose the first topic, the second topic that you might choose is at least write at least 4 pages, I should say. Report on the recent recession financial crisis that happened in 2008-2009, and the following topics or the following subheadings should be there: causes, events, consequences, and then the response from the government and the Federal Reserve. Now this week we are actually talking about fiscal policy and monetary policy, which is chapter 16, and you are going to take quiz 12 this week from chapter 16. Now this one particularly, responses from the government and the Federal Reserve, is what the government is fiscal policy and the Federal Reserve's response is monetary policy. So if you understood the chapter of fiscal policy and monetary policy, you should be able to write this particular section very well as well. So this is number 2. I want you to write about the US financial crisis. Number 3, on the other hand, is for an adventurous student who wants to explore something new in economics. If you want to do that, there is this alternative currency system which we all probably have heard about, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is that cryptocurrency, is how it's known as a cryptocurrency, and it's extremely volatile, but there are many uses of it that's happening. If you are interested with Bitcoin, I'd like you to write anything and everything from the start of Bitcoin up to this point. Bitcoin was developed in 2009, 2010. From that time to this period, whatever you can tell me about Bitcoin, whatever you think could be the future about Bitcoin, and so on and so forth. So in a nutshell, everything about Bitcoin. These are the 3 topics, guys. You have to select one of these, okay? So you have to write your paper on one of these, not all 3. So please, I want to reinforce, it's not all 3, it's one of these. So you have time in between. I'll right now tell you just in a bit about the deadline. One topic, the one that interests you of these 3, is the one on which I'd like you to write the term paper. One thing I have to tell you is, be extremely careful about internet and how to write your report. It should be cite all the sources that you have used. Otherwise, if you are using someone else's text, basically that's definitely plagiarism. Plagiarism is something that should be completely avoided. I will not tolerate that one. I'll show you just on Blackboard how I'm going to track if that kind of a scenario is there, and that will reflect really, really bad on you. It's something we shall not tolerate, that I am repeating that one, making it a very redundant point already. I'm not going to tolerate that thing. In text citation, if you are saying this is Mukherjee 2017, it should be within parentheses. You should have the last name of the author, Mukherjee, comma, when this article was published, which is 2017. So Mukherjee, comma, 2017 within parentheses. Then you read, suppose this is my article, you read my article, you summarize whatever you want to say, you paraphrase it, you use it. However, that in-text citation should be there, and then that article should be reported in the reference section. This again, I will be highly vigilant about this one. So definitely please pay attention that this is not someone else's work that you are writing as your own. That part is not going to be okay by me. On that note, that's the descriptive paper overview. I'm going back to how do you submit the assignment. This is the assignment, guys. If I click on the assignment is due by May 9th, that's Wednesday, finals week Wednesday, 11:59 p.m. Points possible 20. This is 20 points. The weight or the percentage of total grade would be 16% of the total grade would come from this one. So what would you do? You will write the paper, which should be 4-page main text, and then there is a reference section, another page, and then there is a title page. So altogether it should have at least 6 pages. And once you are done, browse my computer and say this is the paper, this is my paper, say attach, this is say my paper, open this, and when I open it, it says chapter 1. Of course this is a different thing for me, but this is where your paper link would show up. You have to click on this one, guys. This is plagiarism tools, and you have to click on this one. I can tell you this is global reference database. Anything that's not original, it will tell me right away. This is 10 times of Google, so whatever you do, it will pull it up. So be extremely careful. It will let me know that this is someone else's work. This is a very comprehensive reference database, so you need to know that I'll find it out on my own. The paper should be written in Word document, or if you are interested, you can also write a PDF. But I would prefer a Word document that way. And then once you are done, once you have clicked on this one, submit. Once I submit, I can submit. I guess nothing will happen. Let's see if I submit, if anything comes up. So it says, guys, success, your submission appears on this page, blah blah blah. Okay, so then you are done. Again, the due date is it doesn't allow me anymore. Okay, let me exit preview. Then it will allow me again to go back there, hopefully. So the due date is Wednesday, May 9, 2018. May 9th is when the due date is, and I'm not going to extend the deadline, guys. The reason is because by that Saturday, which is May 12th, I'd like to post your final grades. and I need that Thursday, Friday and Saturday to grade your final papers. So that will not be extended under any circumstances. I am letting you know that one already. So this is the descriptive paper. If you have any questions, you can talk to me. The descriptive paper is the one where I'd like you to really voice your opinion, really talk about how you feel about one of these topics. And if you have any questions, do let me know. This week, week 14, we are having chapter 16, and we are having fiscal policy and monetary policy. Quiz 12 is posted already. It's due by this Sunday. Next week you are going to have midterm 3. I'll send you a separate email about midterm 3, and midterm 3 would be on the chapters which is 12, 15 and 16. That is 12, 15 and 16. So 12 is money growth and inflation, 15 is aggregate demand and aggregate supply, and 16 is fiscal policy and monetary policy. Midterm 3 would be based on these 3 chapters, which would be next week. Descriptive paper is something where I definitely it's actually replacing your final exam, so that carries a substantial weight for you, a huge weight for the final grade. So please pay attention, do a good job. A 4-page paper is nothing, it shouldn't take much time. Do a good job. If you have any questions, please do let me know. It has been a pleasure working with you. You have asked questions, you came to me, you actually emailed me. So these are nice things. I look forward to receiving your emails. I look forward to answering your questions. Have a good end to the semester. All the best, and I'm signing off. This is Dr. Mukherjee here. Bye.